recording.
Okay, it's 4:30, let's call the meeting to order. Just let the record show that the meeting is being videotaped and will be posted to the City of Gardner's YouTube account. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the June 12th, June 26th, and the July 28th meeting. Are there any changes to any of the minutes?
We waive the reading of the minutes and accept them as presented.
And second?
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Is there any old business?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring up the policy revisions that we had, and I understand that city solicitor, has other priorities, he can't look at them. But I think one of the items, the code of conduct, is really on the top of everyone's mind, after last year. So I was wondering, could we approach them to have them look at that one particular policy?
Yeah, I get it, let's go.
And see.
I'll contact John.
Okay, great. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, because I asked him the other day, and he says, yeah. He goes, it's not
I
a
think
top.
the other
It's not considered a top priority.
Right, I think the other policies are pretty okay, they're outdated, but that particular one, I think people would like to hear about it.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, thanks.
Any new business? Okay, Dan, your update?
Still plugging away. Turns in the middle of October for the floorball. I'm kind of on the downside. One thing I think we need to talk about today is putting out the fall special that we put out every year. Typically, it is now until the September. Someone joins the golf course at the rates we have, gets them the rest of this year and all of next year. I think last year might have been the only year we didn't do that because I think we went off our rates. So I really would like to get that out starting tomorrow or Wednesday. We've had several people ask. Most of you have probably seen the letter that Westminster Country Club has put out there, stating that their intention is to sell the golf course. Now, whether it stays a golf course or not, I don't know. It could be 2 months down the road, it could be 20 years down the road, but there's obviously a little bit of a market there that we can jump into. I know there's not a lot of members over there, but something that we can kind of do. But I think to kind of put that out there, we need to maybe put to bed the tea time starting thing so that when people ask, they know what they're buying into. Nothing gets changed midstream. Someone pays a membership next Saturday with certain things in play. It should be that way for the rest of the next year as well.
When would you put that into effect? Labor Day? Like the 2 days?
The play's starting to slow already. I have no problem doing it. By the time I get the form updated and get copies from Christine.
It's Tuesday, so.
Right, it's going to be the end of the week anyway, so by the time it's not going to be, we're not going to have new members tomorrow.
Yeah. Right.
But something I can then email out and say, we can start it Tuesday after Labor Day and get all this stuff and go from there. But I do think we need to have a decision on what is going to be done with the tournament start times for those people that may come in that would be interested in full memberships. It doesn't really affect the partial the restricted memberships.
I did Ellenwood's doing something different than what we've done. They're offering $350 for the rest of the year, and then that will come off of your membership next year if you decide to join. As an idea, it's not the worst idea. Not that it has anything to do with the tournament start times.
No.
As an idea for the, we need people to pay ahead of time for full deal and then play the rest of the season, but this is like, hey, the rest of the year.
Kind of prorated thing.
Yep.
Which I don't think we've ever done.
No.
Not that I know
I don't think so. I think we talked about it at one point.
of.
Just in case
You don't
someone
know
else-
full rates?
Yeah.
Just
How much is their membership, Mike?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. It's to be applied to the 2024 golf season. If you
I
did.
thought it was over 1,000, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's like 1,200.
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. I'm not sure.
I wonder if we get, make more, just some people say no, we wouldn't do it next year, but they still get money from this year versus people who don't have it right now, do they make more money
No.
or not in the long run?
So are you looking at whether or not we're gonna increase rates, pretty much,
Well, we can run the special
without that?
without that decision now anyways, because we can just go off of this year's rates, we can make a rate decision in November, or whatever we want to, and then
We just have to
off,
offer it to the members as well, if we're giving them that rate.
Correct.
That they get
Yeah,
early,
if
if they want to pay early.
Right. If we, we
Last time we
do
did
the
not do that.
right, because I think we skipped the year or whatever, because I think we went on early or something like that. But yeah, if we do, let's say in November, the rates do get adjusted higher, give the members a month to lock it in if they want. We've done that in the past, and that's been fairly successful too. Takes a lot of work out of April, because most people will jump in there, save $100 or whatever, save the money. But I think the bigger thing is the determined start times for the ones that
Yeah,
may be interested in a full membership.
I've already started the budget, started looking at the budget, and I don't anticipate any rate increases. The only rate increase that I would probably recommend is probably a rate increase for carts, because our leasing costs is gonna be an additional $4,000 a month compared to what we're paying now. So that's the only thing I would consider looking at. So what I was gonna do is start looking and see what other courses are charging for golf carts and kind of bring it in line with that. But that's the only rate that I would probably consider increasing.
What are we charging now? 16 for member and 18 for non or something?
18, 20.
18, actually it's 20 and 22.
Most 20, 20.
Is it 20 and
And then
22?
the card gets it down to 18.
Okay,
So that's where the 18 comes
Really?
in.
Okay.
Yeah, we're 22, so. We went up, those went up last year too.
Yeah,
A
that's
couple
true.
bucks each.
Yeah.
22 for
So-
non-member, right?
It looks like Ellenwood it's a lot of money for the ring of the year at Ellenwood, but it's $800 for a new membership. They've been from us half for 2 months. How long have they been running it?
It starts September 1st, so
September
it
1st.
says it's going now, but they're starting September 1st. So
Gotcha. So you're paying pretty much half for running that season.
But will they take it cold?
Take it off next
take
year.
it off
Next
next
year.
year.
So that their membership's only 800?
The new member's 800, it goes as high as 9. The longer you're there, it goes up, actually. So 4+ years, it's 950. So second year, 850, third year, 900, fourth year, 950.
No, I thought they were,
That's a lot of work.
I thought they were over 1,000. Okay.
Can't imagine that.
The other consideration too is, we had a email from a veteran that was recommending that we have a full membership at a discounted rate, so something else to consider that we can discuss in October.
What was that again?
Right now, we have a veteran membership, but it's at a restricted membership.
Oh, it's a restricted membership.
And they want a non-restricted membership at probably a discounted rate, so
Ah,
something to look at and see if we can actually do something.
okay.
Somebody else asked me that this weekend.
Have we not, because then you, like, okay, the senior membership, same thing, like, why not?
Well, we may have to do it for all of them, I mean, it's something to look at. That's just something else that we can discuss at a future date.
That's about it.
That's all you got?
Yeah, just
I have a question about the tea times
Yep.
regarding access to
logging in.
logging in.
Yeah, still, they keep on them, they just can't figure out why. It's not, it's only a handful of you guys.
Really?
I can't, that's not blanket, just have to figure that out.
It's me too.
Right. But I got a lot of people just kind of, and then I think this past Sunday, it didn't start at 7:30, it kind of walked, it was a little bit late.
Right.
Oh, not Tuesday, I'm sorry, but.
Okay.
Have you like tried recreating profiles or anything like that too? Gone down that route,
They've-
deleting profiles and
I
start.
tried everything.
change password.
New email, you just use a different email address and start over. No, nothing.
I mean,
The law,
I mean, do you have problems booking tea times? You try, I mean,
As a
5
member.
days, yeah, 5 days ahead. I can even do it as a,
have you tried it as a guest,
I have.
and it still won't allow you to do it? Really?
Can you see
And
that?
Sharon
Can you
as
see
well.
that TG?
I
Can you
can
see
see
the
the
front?
T-sheet, I go in, I book a time,
Yeah.
and then put in all that information, and then it just
Sees.
freezes right then and there.
Sure.
I can't go any further.
Yeah, some of that might have to do with if you pick a time that's already chosen too.
Yeah, but usually they come back and tell you that it's no longer available.
Yeah, right.
But then the time stays there, like
Also, doesn't.
days.
Huh. Yeah, because see, I have no problem booking a tea time under a guest. I mean, that's what I've been doing.
And I know Sharon can't either, so I don't know how
I
widespread
actually have a
it
meeting,
was.
I have a call with them tomorrow at 10, so that's on the list.
In changing the point of sale system, there really has nothing to do with the booking system. though.
No, that should all stay the same on your side, you know, which is good because the learning curve is gone, like, these little errors, these are errors, but, you know, the stuff that's new is gonna be internal with us. You know, it's gonna take us a little longer to process until we get up to speed, but, you know, that, they said that, all that, but the website, the booking engine is all gonna stay, remain similar to what it is. It's not, it's gonna be a new system for you guys to learn. But yeah, 10 o'clock tomorrow, I'm talking to them on the phone.
Okay, good luck.
That's on the list.
Requirement, I moved to enable Dan to put together the fall special for remainder of this year, next year. I don't know if there's any caveats on how we want to do it, but
Yeah, I mean, you know, people seem to look forward to it, that, you know, we might have a round of fall on you because of stuff, and then come back to fall on it. So it's kind of consistency, you know, rather than, I think it's easier for us too to deal with that way rather than prorated. So I just need, you know, next thing when we talk about the tea time, at least have an answer to tell people
Right.
what's gonna happen next year, so they know what they're buying when they buy it.
Okay. On Bill's update,
do we have a second and a motion and approval of that, or we're just authorizing Dan? I made a motion to.
Yeah, we need to-
I'm sorry, I need to have a motion or not?
you mean for the fall special?
Yeah,
No, you can make a motion.
I did.
Second,
Second.
any further discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. So Bill says he's still continuing to rehab fairway bad spots. He says greens and tees continue to maintain consistent turf coverage, making the final application to the rough with the fall herbicide. And that's pretty much it. That was his update. All right, under correspondence, we'll do Tina's first and then we'll go to the tea time. So Tina Sabriga submitted this letter. I'm a member of Gardner Golf Course with a senior restricted membership. In early spring and after paying my golf dues in full, I encountered a health condition that has prevented me from playing golf this season. And I don't expect that to change before the golf season comes to an end in 2024. As such, she's inquiring consideration for a refund of the dues or even a credit towards her membership next year. So Dan's going to check and see how many times she's played this year. I don't think it's that many, but
Judy would know.
you know,
She's
we'll
probably
probably take off a couple $100 and just
early.
give her a credit towards next year.
Yeah, she hasn't played many times, so.
No, I haven't seen her. So we just need a motion and an approval of that credit.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Could I bring up something about regarding people requesting for delay in their membership? Because they haven't paid. I looked at Green Hill, and if somebody, they have like a timeline, if someone requests their membership put on hold, like April, they'll get 75% credit, to their membership. And then after like July 1st, they get no reimbursement. However, they do look at, medical reasons.
So they don't go strictly by the calendar, they go by the calendar and medical?
Right. Before the course opens, say if somebody requests, they can't play, they'll get a.
Do they have to pay early in the winter?
I just saw it on their website. Not sure if it's something we're willing to entertain or look at.
I really haven't had any non-medical.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get like 2 or 3 of them a year, maybe.
Yeah.
Credit.
Like only if they move from the area,
Right.
we may consider doing some sort of a refund. But most of it have just been medical reasons.
And all of them are very understanding about, they're not
Right.
looking for a check, it's just coming back next
And
year.
it's usually it's probably less than 5 every
Right, yeah,
year.
it's a handful.
Yeah.
I'll say, I don't think we've had, 3 or 4 this year, maybe.
I mean, the Worcester area gets some Greenville.
I'm sure their membership's much bigger than ours.
Their membership is not that
They
big.
go 250.
Greenhill?
How many?
Really?
It's mostly green
Lots of
space.
small owners.
Yeah.
That has been in March.
How many members?
Close to right side, I think it's around 220 without the juniors and then the juniors. But the revenue is not
That shocks
higher
me.
because of the green season.
But you have to realize too, there's a lot of golf courses in that area.
Yes.
It's quite a few golf courses.
Oh, there are. There are.
So, but,
Yes.
all right, so on the tea time survey, are we at a point where we're gonna vote on that? Is there any further discussion on it?
Personally, out of the survey, I didn't learn anything that I didn't already know. There's not necessarily a good or bad answer, but because somebody's going to be displeased, somebody's displeased now.
Right.
But I'm prepared to make a motion. And that motion would be for all flavors of the club championship, the delay memorial, and the Commissioner's Cup qualifying and the first round matches, if you're gonna make those that second day, like you did this year.
That's work out,
You
right?
keep it that way. That those tournament starting times be 8:30 or whatever the first tee time is after 8:30. I mean, if it's 8:33, it's 8:33, but
So that's,
for those.
which tournament you said? The club
The
championship?
delay memorial,
Delay.
delay memorial, all flavors of the club championship, I'll call
Club championship, yeah.
it, and the Commissioner's Cup qualifying and first round matches.
So we're talking about the club championship, the ladies and the seniors.
Yes. The ladies are the same weekend as the second of our men's anyway,
Seniors
so
is the additional
I'm
weekend.
talking about, I think, 11 days.
First and second round, you said, right?
First round of the Commissioner's Cup.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just the first round?
The qualifying in the first round, because after the first
Oh.
round, it's make your own matches,
Okay.
so it
Yep.
doesn't play.
I personally, this is my opinion, I think that's, it's nothing personal against either side of this whole argument. It's a drastic change, and I think the comments, whether or not you can believe all the comments on either side, you're not going to, they're not, not everybody that says is going to leave are going to leave, but it displaces a lot.
My recommendation would be to adjust the tournament play for the club championship delay and Commissioner's Cup to 10 o'clock. And if the participation is so great, then we adjust accordingly, like to 9:30, 9:45 now. On that second chance tournament, I believe, the
That-
tee times
that was
was adjusted and you
big.
needed to do it so
Yes.
they could finish.
Yeah, that was a big one.
You know, I would be in favor to do the 10 o'clock start time for those three tournaments. And I'm opposed to the 8:30 start.
Okay, so he made a motion first. So do we have a second on his motion?
Just get it on the floor, I'll second it.
Okay. So let's vote on that, on this motion first, since we have
Okay.
first and second. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
You got two. Anybody opposed?
Opposed.
I can't do all 11 days or that many, no.
All right. So 2, 4, 3 opposed. All right, so now you want to make a motion to,
Okay, I make a motion to adjust the tournament play for the club championship delay Commissioners Cup to 10 o'clock. And if the participation is so great, you need to adjust the tee times. You do
Yeah,
it quarterly, similar to the second chance
Where it
tournament
would
that
go
you
from,
did.
yeah, let's say the club championship with Massive, it would be 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and then it would creep backwards.
Which is historically how we did it.
to
Correct. Mike, wait, don't go back to wait, that was 11 o'clock to 1, it would creep backwards from that.
10 o'clock? And leave the discretion if there's more people to Dan.
That would open up an hour and a
I
half.
mean, you can make the initial discretion, it's 1 o'clock. If it gets to 1 o'clock, you go backwards on.
Correct.
Right.
Well, no, yeah, absolutely, yeah, if it's smaller than that 3-hour window, it goes from,
It doesn't go,
10,
it doesn't go to 1 to 2, it goes
no, yeah, right, no,
10, 9 to 10. Or,
we don't need to be there at dark.
that makes
That would reopen up an hour and a half, 10 more tea times probably. So be as displacement, as drastic. Would you include the senior club championship that or not? Because Dave included the senior club championship. What you spoke of was 9 days, Dave had thrown 11 days, so
So,
it's up to you guys now.
but no, the senior club championship, is that during the week?
No.
Weekend. That's on the weekend too?
Was that during the week or 1 month?
A long time ago, yeah, when he first got going, yeah.
So when is the senior?
This year was in August?
Yeah, it was last weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I didn't
I know, last week.
Yeah.
that's right, I didn't play last weekend, that's right.
So,
Okay.
that my fault, that is, it's certainly a compromising position, compromise.
Yeah, okay. So we have Dan's motion, we have a second.
Second?
Any further discussion?
As everyone said, it's not going to make everyone happy, ever. Would be comfortable trying to do maybe one of the tournaments, to go super early, but we could try going to 10 and see how that goes, and maybe go back to revisit it again if it was better, or try it on one. If we think about it some more, just say, the delay of the championship, that one we'll try at 8 or 8:30 and not take away 11 days, or 9 days even, right away from all the other members. But be in support of the 10 o'clock and small group there.
Yeah, because I would be inclined to try at least one term at 9 o'clock. I wouldn't do 8:30. I would do at least 3 hours at tea times, and then
To do,
see what happens.
when I would like to do obviously one that
Yeah.
last, I think all of them do, I guess Commissioner's Cup hasn't had handicap and, well, it hasn't more recently again, but it's a smaller one and it has, I don't know if that's the best one to try it on. I mean, not the delay's small, but it's smaller. Club championship had a lot of people playing it this year.
Just decent this year, yeah.
Like, more than,
Yeah, it was-
we thought the biggest club championship we've ever seen.
About 20%.
But it was up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's gonna skew you doing the club championship is gonna skew our numbers, just because we were up for some reason this year. Which I don't know what that reason was. But just
Must be
luck of the draw, vacations, I don't know.
Because it goes up, every year it goes up and down.
Yeah. That's all.
All set?
So now we need to, ands and then go back and amend it with thirds, or?
We can do another motion, we
We can do another motion.
vote on the hands first and go from there.
All right, so on Ann's motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Okay.
So that is the 9 days at 10, correct?
That's not what it passed.
What's that?
Goes.
I don't know, Joe, how's that voted?
He had his hand up.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
So that's the delay, club championship and commission's cup, correct? Right.
We're already cutting an hour to everybody's weekends, I don't know, the nines. I don't know,
Right.
may not be.
My thought is 10 o'clock's a good compromise. So, rather than push the envelope and, like I said, either side, it's gonna be, this wins both parties and both sides, but,
Okay.
I'd be in favor, if I had a vote, to just let this settle at 10. So,
We all set?
I'm good for it.
Okay. All right, so, commission member comments, anything?
No, I can't. No, I have nothing.
Ann,
No, that's it.
Mike? Aaron?
Dan got me some of the data, or all the data that he had on the last 5 or 6 years of the four ball. I can send it back out to everybody. I did put it in a combined sheet. I have it then filtered to everyone that has an email, which is almost everyone, and then everyone we have an address on. There wasn't enough people in the address ones. I think that the hope was like maybe we get further data further back, and sending an actual letter out to people who have played. We're gonna be sending it to a lot of people who play Gardner.
It's a lot
So
of numbers.
it's not worth our, I don't think it's worth our time to put together a letter and send it out that way. However, I do have access to the Facebook site, which now I broke, trying to figure out how to create a lookalike audience, which is something I've been trying to do before, using email addresses, which takes everyone's email address. If they have a Facebook account, we don't get their Facebook information, but it gathers all that information, creates an audience to advertise to. So hopefully we'll be in the area golfers, fitting the criteria, and then we could maybe push something on Facebook that's actually targeted advertising for even just a few $100s. You know, like a few $100 that would hit their feed, maybe over the month of September.
I almost have that ready to go.
So if you have that ready to go, we'll write up, you put a little graphic on it, and I can maybe stop at the shop at some point when you're there. We can try and get the business suite met up and set up, which was what I was trying to do when I lost access to everything somehow. So starting from scratch, but maybe grab some more emails out of the database there while we're there and just use those for members of the golf course just to get more data points. You need like several hundred. And if everyone on that list doesn't actually have Facebook, it's not gonna work.
Right.
So we may just need to maybe filter a list out. So I'd like to have some an advertising budget to spend on that.
Because I'd rather not take that out of the entry fees.
No, the whole
The
is,
entry fees in those events aren't massive to take out 10% for advertising or something, whatever it would be.
no, I mean, if it increases, obviously the participation is obviously gonna pay out on the inside anyway, so, of course.
Only advertising we have coming up that I could use a little bit for would be our WXLO time through the caddy card, which I can use to also push the fall special. That's something I want to get it out there.
Yeah.
And they do a pretty good job blanketing with the time that we have, but we can also use it, a little bit of it to put out for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, you start putting too much in those.
No,
It's lost in the mix.
they would be separate, they would be separate apps, and they won't change ads how we want. It doesn't have to be one ad for the run, I could change.
Yeah,
Mr. Country Club just pushed the tablet for a while, and now they pushed the golf course, so they changed their ad time.
so I don't know if we actually, I don't think we do have a line item anywhere for advertising to pull from. I'm not looking to spend thousands of dollars, I'm looking to spend maybe $100, $200, something like that, to see how it goes. I don't know if that would allow for a budget of $200 to try.
Oh, yeah, there's money in the budget.
There's money in the budget for it? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll do it again, try and get that set up.
It's under, I believe it's under the professional, no, I think it's under, I think it's under professional services.
So hopefully, at least we'll update you back, see how it went. If it doesn't go well, we'll know not to do it again.
So, yeah, because we used to have a budget, because we used to do, quite a bit of advertising in the garden there, so.
Yeah, so I guess we'd have to, and probably not too hard, there's a page already for the four ball, just have to update the four ball page and put the updated thing on there. The
Is
updated
there
page.
a Facebook page on it?
There's a form call.
Oh, there
There's
is,
the
Ben must have.
Yeah, I mean, it's dated now, but if they can click on the link and just send them to that page to download the application, then we would get information on clicks
Yeah.
and see how it went. But I think it
I
should.
shot that form up in the next couple of days.
Yeah, and so if it's already there, we just need to change the dates, really, the costs, and
Yeah.
update the new form, that's it. Anyway, that's it.
All set? All right, let's go over the financials. First sheet are the receipts. So we are at 218,500 roughly.
It was not included last week.
No, it doesn't. This only goes up to,
And that we did include the chamber, instead of chamber check.
yep, okay.
And have the Cape bill check, so it's been started.
So you're saying that the chamber,
The chamber money is not included in that 25.
Oh, it's not?
No, I just got a check, so.
so neither that or the Acadian Club are in this?
Include that
Okay.
218, yeah.
Okay.
And then under the expenses, we are at 125,000, let's say 126. There's really nothing in here that's out of the ordinary that I recall.
So the 230K transfer, is that back to,
That's the indirect cost.
oh, that's the indirect cost, okay.
And they transfer it to the general fund, they said, that's what they call it. It goes into the admin budget.
Okay.
It's the allocation of the admin. And, you know, the other thing, if you look at the budget, because, you know, if you look at the revised budget, you know, the one that when I submitted was 746, and, you know, they revised it up to 823. But that includes, you know, money for the project at the pump station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but he wanted to encumber it, so we did.
Okay. Is that being done this fall?
We're gonna try to get it done this fall. That's the goal. If it's, you know, gets frozen enough that you can get in there and dig it up, get an excavator in there.
I know the canoe's been out checking it out.
Yeah, that guy's been down there.
Oh, yeah?
Around the wetlands and stuff like that.
Yeah. So at this point, you know, we are in the black, of roughly, about $80,000. Any questions on the financials?
Did you accept the financials?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next meeting. Let's see. About September 18th.
I won't be around that day.
All right. But is it good for everybody else?
Works for me. Yeah, looks like it works for me.
Okay. Yes, I got something about that day. Right, just need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.